for the final episode of our video series, How to Be the Leader You Want to Be. In part 1, I was really excited to share how to create your personal leadership philosophy. And in part 2, I outlined how to create a shared vision. In the last episode, part 3, I offered 3 strategies to inspire others to follow you. So if you've missed any of those episodes, be sure to catch them at tamarathorpe.com, on the blog, or on our YouTube channel. All 3 episodes lead us to today's episode, How to Create a Learning Organization. Simply defined, a learning organization is an organization that has the continuous capacity to adjust and adapt to change. Change is inevitable, so every organizational leader and their teams have to be prepared to manage and make it through change. Change can be driven by internal forces like staffing changes, structural changes, or even new resources like a new database system. External forces could be the economy, market fluctuations, or even government or public policy. A good example is today, because of the Affordable Care Act, a lot of nonprofit organizations that have provided healthcare services have to adjust and change because they are no longer being funded for programs that they were funded for in the past. So your role as an organizational leader is to prepare your organization to be able to adjust and adapt to change as it comes, no matter what the driving force is. So I'm going to offer today 3 things that I think you can do to prepare your team for change and to foster that culture of a learning organization. And they are free. The first is mentoring. Mentoring within an organization is essential, not just for new or young employees coming into the organization, but across the organization for 2 reasons: cross-training and succession planning. Cross-training through mentoring really allows your organization to build its capacity by ensuring that multiple people within the organization have all the skills you need for different jobs. You don't want to create a situation when one person leaves that no one else in the organization can take on that role and responsibility. Succession planning is another way you can prepare your organization by mentoring so that people are able to successfully progress into new positions or leave the organization, but those skill sets and that wisdom remains in the organization because your team has been mentoring one another and facilitating, fostering increased skill set. Another thing that you can do is coaching. Now, as a leader, your executive team can take on the role of coaching key members, key stakeholders of the organization to work on targeted, specific, performance-related skills. And that will ensure that your team has the skill sets they need to adjust and adapt to change. The third strategy that is really essential is ensuring that your organization, the individuals and teams within it, understand what change and transition are. It's important to note that change is an event. Transition is the process that we go through as individuals once change has occurred. So there are a few models out there that help us understand change and transition. I love Kotter's 8-step model to change, as well as Lewin's change management model. Both of them really outline how change happens and impacts people. But one of my favorites is William Bridges' transition model. And that really walks through a very simple 3-step process of what we can do to actively engage in the process of transition so that organizations can see themselves through to the end. Because you know, once you get to the end of one change, there's just another one around the corner. So I hope that this information is helpful, and I think these are 3 things that you can do as a leader within your organization to foster a culture of learning. Thank you so much for watching our How to Be the Leader You Want to Be video series. I look forward to seeing you next time in one of our webinars or in our next video series on leadership. Take care. Bye-bye.